Hi, BC family. Welcome to our midweek devotion. This week, I wanted to talk to you guys about vision and passion. So, I've been reading a book by Priscilla Shirer called Fervent. And this week, I was reading about how the devil tries to steal your passion. Priscilla defined passion as the fuel in the engine of your purpose. She went on to say, it's your want to. It's what keeps you going when mundane sets in or when difficulties try to dissuade you. Now, I was also listening this week to Pastor Michael Todd as well, and he was talking about vision. And as I was listening and reading, I saw this connection. I saw how it all connected together. I saw that passion is vision. And the devil's goal is to steal your passion. It's to steal your vision. So vision is vital and it is very valuable. I love what Pastor Michael Todd said. He said that vision is what you see when your eyes are closed. Sight is what you see when your eyes are open. And this statement truly just really resonated with me. Vision is what you see with your eyes closed. So when you close your eyes and you think about your kids, about your marriage, about your finances, about your job, about your health, about our nation, what do you see? That question seems so powerful because if you don't see anything or you don't see anything different than what you have right now, then you're lacking vision in that area. You lack passion. And as Priscilla Shirer put it, passion is the fuel in the engine of your purpose. I know for me, it really made me think, what do I see with my marriage when I close my eyes? What do I see with my kids? What do I see with my career? The Bible says in Proverbs 29:18, where there is no vision, the people perish. I used to think vision is like, oh, well, what my future is going to look like in 5 years and 10 years. But really, vision can be, what do you see for all those tiny details of your life? What is it that you see? If you close your eyes and see nothing or the same old, then you're not on the path you need to be on. You need vision for all those areas. I also like how he said vision is vertical. It's coming directly from God. Vision is God's view. It's God's view of all those things that I've named off and then some. This is what God says about your marriage, your children, your health, your finances, our nation. It's God's view, it's vision, it's what he says about it. Now, the devil, his main job is to distract, because if he can take your eyes off of your vision, if he can steal your passion, then you have no faith to reach your God-given destination. Back to when I said vision is what you see with your eyes closed, that means it requires faith. It's not something you're seeing in the natural. Right? It's something that you're seeing when you close your eyes. You're seeing God's view, your vision of what it is going to become and what God says it is. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the proof of things we do not see. So remember, vision is with eyes closed. It isn't what we see with our natural eyes. And when we open them, it's what we see with our faith, our passion, our vision. That's faith. When you close your eyes, you're seeing with that lens, the lens of faith, the lens of passion, the lens of vision. In this day and age, we need vision in every area of our lives. We need to keep our passion and hold tight to our vision and not allow the distractions of this world to deter us from our future destinations. You see it so many times in the Bible where vision got lost and passion was stolen. You see that in Numbers with the 12 spies who go to check out the promised land, the vision that God had given them, their future destination. But 10 of them got distracted. They saw with their natural eyes, right? And they lost track of their vision. They lost the passion to reach the promised land. Joshua and Caleb, though, 2 out of the 12, they had it. They kept that vision and they had that passion and they were like, no, we can do this, right? But the 10 began to look down and at instead of looking up and from. Peter, when he walked on the water, he had a vision. He was walking on the word that Jesus gave. And then he got distracted by what? By what he could see with his natural eyes. He got distracted by the waves and the wind and the feels, right? He lost his vision. He lost his way. Jesus even said to Peter, "O ye of little faith." Why? Because he had lost sight of his vision, and therefore his faith shield fell because he wasn't seeing anymore with the eyes closed and seeing it from God's view. I talked this week in church on Sunday about how when Jesus was crucified, all of his disciples and family, they were grieved and frustrated and saddened and fearful, just so many emotions during that time. Kind of like how a lot of us are feeling right now in 2021, right? You look around and you think, what is happening? And you just have all those feels and that despair. But you know what I realized when I went back and started thinking about it again this week is what they had truly lost was their vision, their passion. Jesus had told them in Mark 8:31, he gave them the vision. He said, and he began to teach them that the Son of Man must of necessity suffer many things and be tested and disapproved and rejected by the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes, and be put to death. And after 3 days, rise again. So Jesus is telling his disciples the vision, the plan. But you know what's really interesting is if you keep reading in Mark, Peter actually rebuked Jesus for those words. He was not seeing with his eyes closed. He was not seeing the vision. See, in actuality, they all should have been rejoicing and celebrating in the moment of his crucifixion. Why? Because even though it seemed like all was lost, it seemed like evil was winning, God had a plan. It was his perfect plan. He knew what he was doing. It was all going to work out for their good. More than that, it was going to be for their amazing future. So even though in the natural, it looked like they had lost, it looked like chaos, it looked like, oh my goodness, what's going to become of us? All of that was in the natural. But if you closed your eyes and saw with the vision, they would have seen past to what was to come. Kenneth Copeland said, we tend to see only in the daylight, but God sees 24/7, 365 days a year. That's how much he works. So we don't have to fret or worry or feel angry about what's happening because God's got this and he has you. Now, that's not to say that we just sit back and say, well, God's got this. No, we have to suit up. We have to do our part in this as well. We put on the whole armor, like it says in Ephesians. We put on the whole armor. We do all to stand. And then what do we do after that? We stand. And I love what Kenneth Copeland says about the armor in Ephesians 6, the breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation. He calls that your prayer armor. Priscilla Schreier says, prayer is the fuel that drives everything. It's behind everything. In Ephesians 6:17, it says, but above all that you're putting on, lift up the shield of faith so that you can stop every flaming missile of the wicked one. Every lie you hear, every thought, every feeling, you stop them with faith. This is why vision, passion is imperative. Because as I mentioned at the beginning, where there is no vision, the people perish. Why? Because without vision, you don't have faith. And without your shield of faith being lifted up, all the lies of social media, all the lies of the news, your job, the sickness that you feel in your body will penetrate your armor. Priscilla Schreier said, if the devil can chip away at your passion, at your hope, at your belief in what God can do, he could chisel down your faith to a whimper. Because if he can take your passion and your vision, then your faith shield falls and all of his lies and junk can just get right to the heart of you. So today, when you close your eyes, what do you see? Not just for your future, but for your marriage, your family, your health, your finances, your children, your job. What do you see? Michael Todd also said, vision must be visible and vocal, which is why in Habakkuk 2:2 it says, write the vision and make it plain. So get your vision for these areas from God. Write them down, make it plain, and keep them in front of your eyes. Don't let the distractions of the devil that he throws your way, don't let that distract you. You got to keep your vision in front of you. Write it down, put it up, vocalize it on a daily basis. You got to keep that vision in your eyes so that you're not like the 10 spies that lost sight of what God had promised them. Philippians 4:6-8. I'm just going to really quick read that. It says, do not fret or have any anxiety about anything, but in every circumstance and in everything by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, continue to make your wants known to God. Prayer. And God's peace shall mount guard and garrison over your hearts and minds. For the rest, brethren, whatever is true, worthy, reverence, honorable, whatever is just, pure, lovely, and lovable, kind and winsome and gracious, if there is any virtue and excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think and weigh and to take account of these things. Fix your minds on them. Fix your mind on that, not on what you hear or feel or see in the natural. Cast all your cares, your worries, your anxieties, your pressures, even if you have to do it every day, every hour, every minute, cast it and get that vision in front of you and vocalize that vision. Because despite all we see, all you hear, all you feel, God is at work and God has a plan. So keep your shield up high, your vision in your eyes, and your passion fueling your prayers. Have a great week.